Hello and welcome back to the channel, Ramel, Private Investigator. Unfortunately, I'm not feeling too well today. Basically, because of what I'm getting ready to talk to you about. This involves a young 24-year-old black woman, lady, if you will, in the state of Texas, Houston, Texas, in particular, where she was visiting from her place of residence, San Diego, California, and she's visiting Houston as a result of her birthday. She wanted to meet some family members as well, and also to, as I understand it, pick up a little cash with some side activity. And so the way this unfolds, and I'm generalizing at this point, the way this unfolds is she makes this visit. Now this thing takes place at about April 15th, April 16th this year 2022. So this is relatively new, and the young lady gets out to Houston, Texas, celebrating her birthday. April 15th, if I'm not mistaken, is the birthday, or at least that time when she was last seen was April 15th. And what happens is goes to a an adult entertainment center. Cover Girls, in particular, is the name of the adult entertainment center, and she goes there looking for work. As I understand it, she was looking to dance. She is a dancer. She models as well, or at least was interested in modeling. So apparently, a very attractive young lady. And she goes in um, on the 15th, the latter part of the night, as I understand it, and supposedly makes an application and is somehow turned away, or perhaps I shouldn't say turned away, but she doesn't get the job. And in the process, it is said that a patron offered her a ride, and this ride was offered as a result of her reaching out for an Uber, and the Uber apparently was delayed, and she opted to take that ride. And as life sometimes go, uh, clearly the ride didn't take her where she desired to be. Long and short of things, she hasn't been seen since. Just disappeared into virtually thin air, as the expressions sometimes go. This is terrible. Just know it's terrible. Now, what makes it even more disturbing is that on the 16th of April, her cell phone was found covered in blood, mind you, covered in blood. And this is said to have been found by a private investigator. There are a little bit of conflicting stories here because on the Roland Martin show, as the father of this young lady, and her name, I'm sorry if I haven't mentioned it, very important, Felicia Marie Johnson. I say that one more time. Felicia Marie Johnson. Her father's name is Kevin Johnson. And on the Roland Martin show, he's interviewed and he makes mention of the finding of the phone, where he states that a family member actually found the phone. Now, they may have been working consistently with a private investigator. I'm told a private investigator was and has been engaged. And in another news outlet, it was stated that the private investigator actually found the phone. I don't know which is the case. Perhaps the family and the private investigator working together and found the phone simultaneously. I don't know exactly how that bears out. I know it's a bit conflicting, But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. They found the phone. And that's a very important piece of anything that would take place moving forward. So at this moment, one of the things I would just like to say in general, when we think of our women, sometimes until something happens, you just don't think at all. At all. You just don't think. But our women, our mothers, our grandmothers, sisters, cousins, aunts, friends, girlfriends, wives, they are critical. They are critical to us. They nurture us. They bring the children we see into the world. I mean, we put that seed out, not a big deal, but the pain and the whole process of having a child. For those men who've been with their women, their wives, when they've had this experience, you know what I'm talking about. Clearly, every single one of you women, you feel me, you know the pain. Type of pain you never forget. Maybe that's why some people have more babies than others. I gotta stop that. So, again, a very terrible, terrible thing. We think of the children and our young children when we try to get them through school. Not just the girls. In this particular situation, we're talking about the girls, but we try to get them through school. We tuck them in at night. We attend those special events through their lives when they become teens and the changes that happens in that process. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they disappear. Why? Why? When does this nonsense stop? It's my understanding that the family believes foul play is engaged, and I certainly would agree with that. Hopefully, she is still with us. God's grace, hopefully, she is still with us. However, it is believed that she may have been kidnapped for the purpose of sex trafficking. Sex trafficking. When does it stop? When does it stop? At this point, basically what I'd like to say to you, I would like to introduce to you from an investigator's perspective, be it the police or a private investigator and or both. Believe it or not, every now and again, the police do work to some extent, not usually a great extent, with a private investigator. And oftentimes when that does happen, it's probably somebody that's retired from the job and he knows this particular house, this particular precinct. You see, situations like that for the most part. This ends part 1 of a 3-part series. Thanks for viewing. Subscribe. Click the notification bell to stay informed. Leave a comment. Most importantly, dream with purpose, act with intent.